Hello, welcome back to another episode, guys. I hope you're all doing very well. Today, we're going to be talking about trusting the process. Yeah, it's a big thing at the moment for me, and I feel like a lot of people. So I thought I'd share my views on it and how whatever situation you're going through right now is leading you to where you're meant to be, I guess. So basically, just wanted to start off with saying that trusting the process is a hard and long process as well. And I just want to let everyone know that's watching, no matter what you're going through at the moment, it will pass. As hard as everything is right now, or it feels like that, it's all happening for a reason. And as painful as it is at the moment, it's molding you into who you're meant to be and what everything happens for a reason, I believe. And the reason you're going through this, it might be unknown at the moment, but you might realize why you're going through this stuff with hindsight. But to get to hindsight, you need to go through this. So that's one piece of advice I definitely give to anyone that's struggling at the moment. Just there's no other way other than going through it. Whether that's there's a various amount of scenarios. It could be like you're feeling a bit lonely, or you could be starting a new chapter in your life, could be going to university, could be doing a gap year, anything like that. Any hardships at the moment as well, you feel all your friends are I don't know, distancing themselves, anything like that, literally. It's all happening for a reason, and it's making you better as a person. So any hardship you're going through or situation, it's happening for a reason, and that is molding you into the person you need to be or want to be, and it is bettering you. But yeah, definitely don't be too hard on yourself when you get those thoughts oh, why is this happening to me, and what's the reason? Everybody gets that, but in those moments, try and see the positives in your life. I feel like gratitude is a big thing, isn't it? We kind of take it for granted, all the simple stuff that we have. Well, we think that's simple, but a lot of people don't have. For example, just access to clean water, food, clothes, anything like that. I think trusting the process is definitely something to do with gratitude as well. You need to look at how far you've come as a person, as well as how many things that you have that other people don't, the people that are less fortunate do not have. Even just waking up, man. If you got to wake up another day, there's a lot of people that didn't make it to that day. So no matter how hard a situation you guys are going through, try and be grateful and reflect on gratitude, because I feel like that's what's going to help you to get through those moments that just make it feel like everything's against you and the world's against you and stuff like that. But I also wanted to just talk about being alone, and if you feel like you're quite alone, and why that shouldn't be scary, even though I know it is. I know it is very scary, because it's not as easy as just having people around you, but you can be alone even if there's people around you. So I just want to let everyone know that you're never alone, truly. If you have yourself and value yourself as much as any other people around you, you're never alone. And you should never feel alone either. I know that sounds very contradicting, but you've got yourself, man. At the end of the day, you literally do have yourself, and I feel like that's another thing that's guaranteed. You will always have yourself. There's not always going to be people that are there to push you and motivate you and stuff, but you'll always be there for yourself. You should be the most important person in your life. It's not about your mates or anyone else, really. You're the main character in your life. So I feel like a lot of people don't treat it like that, though. I feel like a lot of people think that, oh, no, my friends come first, everything, but you need to put yourself first as well. That's what's going to mold you into a better person. But if you feel as if you're going through a time of isolation and uncomfort, this is happening for a reason. And I think it might be a sign from any higher power that's telling you that you need to first get comfortable with the uncomfort within yourself, because I know that a lot of people find it very hard to, I mean, even I do from time to time, just sit with yourself and like, I just spend time with yourself. I feel like it's arguably more harder than spending time with other people, because it's very difficult when you don't have to like make conversation and stuff like that. You just have to sit with yourself and like chat with yourself and get to know yourself a bit more. It's weird, isn't it? Because it feels like you have to get to know yourself through other people, but that's not true. Definitely getting to know yourself through you first, and then everything else comes secondary. But yeah, no. So trust the process. Even if times get hard and are uncomfortable, everything is happening for a reason at the right time as well. Definitely. I feel like, especially when new chapters happen, it's very scary. It is. And just know that you're not alone in that as well, because everybody feels scared. Like, nobody has their stuff figured out. I mean, even people in their like bloody 30s and 40s don't have their like life figured out. So when people say like, oh, your 20s are about figuring it out, yes, but like also enjoy them. That's any age as well, man. Like, you only have, like, I believe that you only have one life and you should live it to the fullest every day, if that as well. Like, no day is guaranteed, is it? So you should fill every day with something that you love. But yeah, and another thing with, like, if you feel like you're going through a period of loneliness, or you're feeling alone and like your friends are being, I don't know, like a bit off and stuff, it leads back to actually just being with yourself, and how you can you should learn to not let other people's behaviours affect you, whether that be your friends, your family, or anyone. You need to, like, you can't rely on others for your happiness or anything, because you're gonna expect a lot of things from people, and if they don't give you that, you're not gonna feel the best. So I think definitely trust the process. You can't expect so much from other people that you're not even expecting from yourself. Like, if you expect others to show up for you when you don't even show up for yourself, like, what does that say? Like, you need to show up for you, man. Like, it's crazy how much people put time and effort into other people before putting it into themselves. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just how you've been doing it for so much time, and then when like something else happens, it's like it's really hard to like change, I guess, and like adapt into a new chapter or time, because you've heavily relied on other people before. But that's your sign to change the path, and like make sure that you, I don't know, like spend more time with yourself, take care of yourself, and like not rely on others. I think you definitely can't rely on others and their attitudes for your happiness, because it's not going to end well, especially if you're the one putting in more work than them. It's not going to end well. And no one else is going to, even if you want them to turn up, and they do, no one is going to turn up for yourself in the way that you want them to, like 100% other than you, because only you know. And not everybody else is going to be able to give you that, and that's fine, because, again, you have you, and that's the main thing. You're never alone if you have yourself, truly. So that's what I wanted to say. Like, don't get upset about these things. Just reassure yourself that you have yourself, and hope you have family members and everything like that, and all the other things that I mentioned about being grateful, just clean food, water, everything. Like, that's the things that people take for granted these days, and I feel like it's very overlooked, isn't it? And we should go back to the basics and just be like, oh, right, okay, cool. I might not have like a billion friends, but I have all of these things, and I have myself as well. But yeah, definitely just hang in there, guys, really, and trust the process, because it is a long and hard process, but trusting the process is definitely going to be more rewarding than, I don't know, just complaining and like, because complaining and everything, all of that negative energy, it just makes you tired and very fatigued. So it's not gonna be helpful for your mind or your body, really. I think you need something that's going to benefit you physically and mentally. So that's definitely one thing to keep in mind. Don't put stress on your mind and your body, please. I think that's one thing I definitely do recommend. Going out as well, just like have a 30-minute walk in nature if you can. As I've said on previous podcasts, just literally go out, even if you like for a 10-minute walk, no matter how much time it is, just go out and see some trees and grass, man. Like, genuinely, it's so good for your mental health as well as your physical health. And instead of like just scrolling, even though I know it feels comfortable, you're in bed and you're warm and cozy and you're like, this is what I need. But sometimes just getting out and just having a bit of time just to have a walk definitely does clear your head, and it helps you give a new perspective as well. If you have a new perspective on whatever the situation is that you're going through, then why not? I mean, it's beneficial, isn't it? So I think that's one thing to keep in mind. But yeah, again, back to went on a massive tangent there. But yeah, no, back to when the times get hard, basically. I'd firstly like to say, if anybody needs to like reach out to me or anything like that, they can do. Like, my Instagram DMs or even the comment section, anything is open. Just to have a little chat or anything like that, just help you and give any advice if I can. But yeah, no, being alone shouldn't be scary. And yeah, as I've said before, I feel like I'm repeating it a lot, but it shouldn't be scary. I know it is, but try to get comfortable with being alone, because there's a beauty to it. And being alone definitely helps you get to know yourself a bit better. Yeah, and helps you grow as a person as well. And it just tells you like more about yourself and more of what you should do for yourself as well. Because I feel like if people keep ignoring stuff and like suppressing it down and then it like comes back up and you feel like crap but you don't know why, exploring yourself a bit more might tell you why you're feeling like that stuff and why it went unspoken and unheard of the first time, why you just chose to ignore it. But yeah, I think the gratitude thing is the main thing for me, that helped me through a lot of stuff. I think it's hard when stuff happens, like, I don't know, like a breakup and people moving out and people leaving your life and you don't know why and you want answers. But I think instead of chasing the people that have left and asking them why this happened and why that happened, that is your answer. Like, they left for a reason, and even though you think there isn't any closure on the situation, that is the closure, because it's just not acceptable, really. You deserve better than that. So if they want to leave, just open the door for them, let them leave, because if you deserve better than that, there's no point wasting your breath and time. I know that it feels like the end of the world, like it's like you were so good to them, you thought everything was going fine, but everything happens for a reason. Again, everything happens for a reason. So yeah, definitely try and keep that perspective in mind, because it is harder than, oh my god, trust me, it's easier said than done. Like, I could sit here and give you all the advice, but the process is 10 times harder to get over losing a friend, losing a relationship that you thought was going fine, and then one day it's like, no. Trust me, it's easier said than done. But this stuff needs to happen to you. Like, it's written for it to happen. And because it is happening, you're going through these things and you're becoming a better person. Let's say you have one of those breakups or you lose a friend. the next time that happens, God willingly, it doesn't happen after that, but if it does, the next time that happens, you'll know how to deal with it. You'll know way more coping mechanisms and how to deal with it in a positive way, instead of, let's say, the first time you did like a week just watching Netflix and just eating ice cream. I mean, that does sound pretty blessed, doesn't it? But the next time you'll go out for a walk in nature. You'll go, I don't know, you'll go and meet some friends. You'll go, oh mate, you'll do other stuff, basically. Other stuff that's productive. You'll graft, you'll hit the gym, everything like that. That sort of stuff only happens through going through the tough times. And you need to go through the tough times to see the good times as well. Like, when you're happy, you'll reflect on stuff like this and then be like, oh, right, I'm actually quite grateful that I'm feeling happy now because I've been through a lot. So I think it's quite humbling, because you need the pain and suffering to feel the happy moments. And there's something quite nice about that, because if it was all just happy, I mean, it's not really character building, is it? It's all just, I don't get me wrong, that would be blessed, but you would never know. It would never feel that much more earned. Like, it's more rewarding to know that you're going through tough times and then you have this wave of happiness, and then it's way better because you've been going through the hardships, and then you feel like you've earned it as well. Because I mean, everybody out there deserves happiness, man. Like, everybody watching right now, you all deserve happiness. You do. You deserve it, 100%, hands down. Like, but you need those times of pain and suffering to subside, and the only way for them to subside is to go through them. I know that is so hard, but it's the only way. The only way to get through pain is to go through it, and I'm more than sure that you guys 100% can do that, and you guys have the grit and determination to get through it. And I want to make this channel a community for the people that are going through periods like that, and tell them that yes, it's fine, it's gonna subside, but you need to get through it, and you will, 100% you will. I'm backing you, and I'm pretty sure, hopefully, the comments are backing you. Everyone's backing you, man. I'm backing you, man. Come on, let's get it through. Almost the end of the year, we got this. 100%. Go for a walk, listen to some music. You got this. But if you do ever feel alone, anything like that, like 100%, I get it. But reminder, it's molding you into the person you need to be, and it will subside. I know that it's hard to hear right now, but it will subside. And when it does, it will feel 100 times better. But just wait for that. Patience is a virtue. Just keep waiting and holding on. But yeah, another thing. If let's move on to the friends thing. If other people's actions aren't benefiting you, cut them out. Please just cut them out, because if they're not helping you and you're not getting anything from them, then what's the point of still being with them? Like, that's with any sort of relationship, friendship, relationship, family member. I know that family member is quite hard to cut out, but like, distance yourself or whatever you can do in that situation. But you deserve better, man. Like, there's no point keeping in toxic people or negative people. They're just going to bring down your energy. What's the point of that? Nothing. Literally. I'd rather be with 5 people that are actually got my best interests at heart than like 20 people that are just all idiots. Like, that's just the truth of it. Because it's not about how many people you have, it's about how many people are backing you and actually know you, and want the best for you. Because other than that, or what, like, why would you want? That's literally what a friendship is, or any relationship of form. Like, they need your best interests at heart, and the trust needs to be there. But if they're like either chatting behind your back or any crap like that, cut them out, man. Honestly, genuinely, just be like, nope, I'm not. This is not me. I deserve better. Thank you very much. Bye. Literally. Because I mean, life's too short, man. Life's too short to be hanging around with people like that. Because you can tell from the 5 people you hang out with how you're going to be. And without knowing, subliminally, stuff like this will start affecting your life choices and what you do and how you go about life in general. because the five people you hang around with most are gonna affect your life in some way, whether that be positive or negative, depending on the people that you hang out with. Yeah, no, stop wasting time on people that don't deserve it. Like, show up for yourself first, mainly, is what I'm gonna suggest. I definitely would recommend, if you're finding yourself in that period of isolation and stuff, like, and overthinking, especially because overthinking is such a big problem in this day and age. Definitely try and do a bit of meditation if you can, or like journaling or anything just to take your mind off it. Because overthinking it's nothing. It's either you're overthinking about the future or the past. You're never overthinking about the present unless it's like something that's happening in that day. So you need to take it as if the past and future don't exist, which is true, actually. They don't. Technically, they don't. They do. The past does exist in your mind and everything, but the past is the past now. The stuff that you're reflecting on, it has nothing to do with what you're doing right now. And realistically, you don't need to be thinking about the stuff that you're overthinking about, whether that be future or present. But that doesn't, it's easier said than done, isn't it? It's like, if I just say stop overthinking, it's not going to work, is it? Like, I'm an overthinker. I understand how it is and how it feels, but in those moments of overthinking, try and get out in nature for at least 30 minutes a day. Journaling, meditation, things that we're grateful for, and just anything that will take your mind off it, really. Watching a YouTube video like this. Little shout out, little plug. No, I'm kidding. Only if it helps, though. And I hope that even if this video can help you 1%, then I'm happy. Like, because I know it's such a hard thing, and everybody's having their own stuff these days. Like, it's such a big problem. But again, it will subside. If it's happening to you right now for a reason, it will subside. But yeah, no. I think the main thing I wanted to come across from this podcast is that it's all going to be okay, and I feel like it's very reassuring to hear that. If nobody tells you that, it is all going to be okay, and everything is going to work out. No matter what's happening right now in your head or in general, it is all going to be okay. Like, I know it feels like uncertainty and everything like that, but please, if you're going to take it from anyone, take it from me. It is all going to be okay. Everything is going to work out, and there is a light at the end of the tunnel, as cliche as that is. So yeah, please don't beat yourself up over anything. I think that's the thing that we tend to do a lot. We don't blame others, we blame ourselves, and please don't. None of you deserve to be blamed. I hope you all just get what you want out of life, really, and just the happiness as well, because that's the main thing these days. Like, all of the other stuff is like so temporary. Money, just anything like money, houses, cars, whatever, man, it's all just temporary. The stuff that you want along the way are the memories. The memories and the happiness is what you're going to remember when you're like 90 years old and sat in that chair, God willingly, and just like rocking back. This is the vivid imagery, just like in a rocking chair. You're just with your missus, and you're just like, oh yeah, do you remember when we did this? Do you remember when we did that? Not when you're like, oh, gonna go buy a new Lamborghini. You know what I mean? It's important. Don't get me wrong. Money and finances is very important, but it's not the be all end all. Just try and hang in there for the memories. Even the stuff like the pain and the suffering right now, reflecting on it in a few years' time it's so beneficial. Like, you'll be like, oh my God, I got through this. I got through that. Like, that was you. Even if you reflect now, because now you're thinking about the stuff that you're going through right now, right? Reflect on stuff that you've had in the bad times. You've beaten every single day. Like, every single bad day you've had, you have beaten. Yeah. Let that one sit for a sec. I had to pause there because I wanted to let that one sit. But you have, like, 100% success rate. Yes. But yeah, no, that's the stuff that we need to think about, guys. Like, all the other stuff is temporary, man. Literally. This is why I'm saying, like, if you want to do stuff that's productive, go out in nature. go out and do something. Like, enjoy every day to the fullest, basically. Enjoy every single day to the fullest. Yeah, and don't beat yourself up, because life is too short for that as well. Because everybody makes mistakes. Everybody's on a learning curve. Nobody's perfect. No human is perfect. And we're all just going through it together, really. Some people might think they're sick and awesome, but realistically they're not. Probably just figuring it out the same as everyone else. So that's one thing to take away from this podcast, definitely. Amongst the many other things that I've said. But yeah, no, 100%. I think just be there for yourself as well. I know that we all want other people to be there for us, but I think being there for yourself, guaranteed that you're with yourself 100% of the time, is just something nice. Like, you're never going to lose yourself. So definitely just be there for yourself is what I would say. Just yeah, like, if honestly, coming back to the friends thing, innit? Just literally just ditch them, man. Like, I know it's hard, especially if you're going through like school, if you're getting bullied or anything like that. I know it's like, I don't want to be on my own and stuff, but like I've said in this podcast, being alone, you might get taken the piss out of, but realistically, in like 2 or 3 years' time, they won't be able to be alone, you will. And there's something really good about that. But you will find the right friends and the right relationships. It's just, it feels like right now you won't. And I know that feeling, because I am an overthinker and I do get that. But just, you need to know that everything is happening for a reason. And that reason is unknown at the moment. But yeah, just hang in there, guys, really. And take time for yourself as well. Like, if you're feeling like crap one day, don't like be like, I have to work and do all this stuff. Yeah, we all have commitments and stuff, but reflect on the fact that you're also not feeling well, or like you're not feeling great and you're not 100%, because you can't be 100% all the time. Like, we're human at the end of the day. So take it easy on those days is what I'm saying. Obviously still go to work if you can, and obviously still do all of that stuff, but just take it easy, isn't it? Yeah, really. Got to look out for yourself, because, you know what I mean? 100% guaranteed you're going to be there for yourself. Yeah, no, I've said that a lot this podcast, haven't I? But you know what? That's what it's about, trusting the process and being alone, really. That's the main things I've covered. But again, yeah, relationships. I know people that are going through heartbreak at the moment. It feels like the end of the world. It feels like, I'm not going to get another person like this and stuff like that. But trust me, if this is happening now, you're going to find something even better, and it's going to be... It all happens for a reason. I've said that a lot too, this podcast, but yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, I also wanted to just speak about how you can only control yourself and the things that you think about. I feel like we all want to like try and control other people, not like control them, but like control what they think of us and all that stuff. But the only thing in your control is yourself and what you perceive of yourself. Like, it does not matter what other people think of you. Like, you shouldn't care what other people think about you. The only true important thing and only opinion that should matter to you is your own opinion of yourself. Because the other, you're not going to be able to please everyone. You're a fool if you think you can please everyone, because you're never going to be able to 100% everybody in the room just be like, oh yeah, they all like me. Somebody's going to be, even if they do, somebody's going to be chatting behind your back and saying all this crap, and that is fine. Let them. It's human nature, but actually, to be fair, I don't know if it is. But either way, it's none of your really your business, isn't it? Like, they're chatting about you, but who cares, man? Nobody just let them in it. Nobody cares. You shouldn't care, because you know what you stand for. They could be chatting random crap about you that don't even add up, and you know that it don't add up. That's the most important thing. And the people that actually know you and value you will know that that is also false. people that actually truly know you will know that's false. I've had this many a times where people will be like, oh, you're this, you're that. And all my boys, all of my lads, all of my friends would be like, nah, that's not true. But okay, you say what you want in it, you run your mouth, but we know that's not true. So there will be people that will always back you, because you have yourself at the end of the day as well. And you have to be backing yourself 100%. Even if anybody else isn't, you have to be backing yourself 100%. But yeah, that's it for this podcast, guys. And I hope that it's been beneficial. It's a bit of a short one this time, and if it can help you in even just the tiniest sliver. But I think I have three takeaways from this podcast. Reminder to be grateful. Gratitude is one thing. And then I have 3 questions to ask yourself every day from the gratitude thing. You should say, what am I really grateful for right now? It could be literally anything. What are you really grateful for right now? It could be your family. It could be your house. It could be anything. It could be nature. So, yeah. What am I grateful for? That's the first question. What do I need to be mindful of today? So that could be, right, okay, I'm not feeling great, but I'm going to be mindful of the fact that I'm not feeling great and not beat myself up over it. That's another main thing. Because once we feel like crap, we go to like, oh, I'm feeling like crap. So why am I making myself feel like? You're not making yourself feel like anything. It's happening for a reason. Let yourself feel those emotions and then decide why it has happened. And then the third one, what's my overall intention for the day? What do you want to achieve on that day? That could be from literally just getting out of bed, because I know that some days you just don't want to get out of bed. So if you get out of bed, make your bed, that's immediately a tick on the list. Immediately, you've already somewhat won the day, because you've woke up and been productive as soon as you've woken up. It could be anything. It could be journaling. It could be journaling for the day. It could be eating all 3 meals, drinking properly, drinking water properly, of course. Literally anything. But you need to, I think, as soon as you wake up in that first hour, try and see what you're grateful for in the day. That one could be even midday, to be fair. You can do that whenever. But I think, what do I need to be mindful of today? What's my overall intention for this day? They need to be done when you're woken up or somewhere near the time where you wake up. And if you do those things, I 100% guarantee it that you will feel better about the day. And just, if you wake up, literally just saying the words thank you. Just literally, even if you just say it in your head or if you say it out loud, saying thank you. Because you've made it to another day, and you're going to boss that day as well. Even if that's just waking up, eating food, and just showing up, you're there for yourself. You've made it to another day, and you're showing up for yourself. That's something to be proud of. It's the little wins. It's literally the little wins. If you consistently show up every single day for yourself, you're winning. That might seem like such a simple thing to do, but you're literally winning if you show up for yourself every single day and giving that consistency. You're literally winning, and you're making yourself better as a person. And I think we really take the small wins for granted as well. We don't take them serious enough. Like, we need to celebrate the small wins as well as the big wins. I feel like we celebrate the big wins way more than the small wins. Just showing up for yourself consistently and not giving up. That as soon as you give up, you've lost. And you're not going to give up. You're trusting the process. You're going through that. You're feeling through the pain. You're going through the suffering. You're getting through each day, regardless of how tired you feel, regardless of how drained you feel, regardless of whatever situation that you're going through right now. You're going through it. You're not giving up. But yeah, that's it for this episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you in the next.